Good evening, Solex family. We are so excited. I'm Dr. Sheila, if you do not know me, and I am very excited about the Solex technology that we have all been enjoying for quite some time now. We are just going to try to do just an overview of the basic functions and features of the AO Scan technology. We'll continue to expand on this as we go, but for just getting started, we want to give a brief overview for people who are currently using the AO scanner. Maybe you haven't been using it long enough to feel comfortable talking to other people about it. Maybe you don't even feel comfortable talking to yourself about it. A lot of this, for some people, just becomes very intuitive. And so as we talk about it more and more, it makes more sense so we can have more of an organic conversation with people we want to share this with, because this is the most advanced bioresonance technology available to mankind. It is the most phenomenal technology I've ever seen, way less expensive than anything I've ever seen. So everyone here tonight, I know that you're here because you agree that this is just phenomenal technology. And because it is so affordable, we can empower people in their own homes to do so much to take care of themselves and their families, to have an insight view of what's going on in their bodies, and save them a lot of trips to unnecessary appointments, other places that they might not be getting answers anyway. So I just want to give a brief overview about this technology, and pretty sure you're going to be just as excited as we are. So the AO Scan technology is based on the works of scientists from around the world, such as Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, Raymond Rife, and many others. These advanced thinkers were united by their belief that everything at its most fundamental level is energy. Every cell of the body produces energy, frequency, vibration, and resonance. When the frequencies are in balance, the quality of life is optimized. So our bodies, the flesh that we see and feel, is such a minor part of what we really are. We are more energy than we are flesh. And the energy of our bodies, the vibrations and the resonance, are so important and determine our health or lack of it. The AO Scan technology is a unique educational tool that teaches us how our body is performing. It communicates via biofrequencies and electromagnetic signals. It identifies areas out of balance so that lifestyle changes can be made. And it is the most advanced technology, very simple and easy to use and affordable. So for the way that I like to explain it is, it's kind of like giving you an insight to things that you wouldn't know otherwise, so that you can make choices to avoid problems in the future. I think that is incredibly powerful, being proactive and preventative instead of trying to put out fires. But it's also intelligent enough and advanced enough that if you do have fires, you can find out what's causing them. Well, it all began about 40 years ago. Lauren and his wife found out shortly after they were married that they weren't going to be able to have children, and they adopted a son who had cerebral palsy. Well, Lauren, as you get to know him, I'm sure you'll get to love him as much as I do. They actually traveled the world looking for the most advanced things, the very best of everything that they could to improve the quality of life for their son. In 2008, he actually came across a digital body scan at a trade show, and he acquired the rights to bring it to the US. Well, him and his team were able to create the first AO scan unit in 2012, and it was very large and costly. It was around between $35,000 and $38,000, depending on what all you did, but it was a very big piece of equipment. We have a lot of people in our teams that are still using this desktop unit, and they just absolutely love it. Once you start using it, it's kind of hard not to. I honestly don't leave home without mine. It's on me 24/7. But due to advances in technology, he was able to make that great big unit into a small mobile form. Our little mobile scanners that we call it comes in a little, looks kind of like a cell phone or a tablet. And everything, all of the technology that was in that initial great big desktop unit for $38,000, we now have all of that in our little tiny scanners. So, I think that I share the same passion as Lauren about helping empower humanity, because especially after what we just went through the last few years of watching people's choices being taken from them, and a lot of things happening around us that we're not in a complete agreement with. For me, my passion is to empower every single individual in their own household to be able to take care of themselves and to get answers. So I really appreciate that he has made this so small, so intelligent, and so affordable that we can get this into every home. The 7 major features of our AO Scan technology: the quick scan, the easy scan, the inner voice, the vital scan, the body systems, the comprehensive, and the Cephi. Such a really cool one. It's subtle energy frequency imprinter, and we'll talk a little bit about each one of these. So the quick scan, the screen that you see there, these are the options that you find when you go into the quick scan. It uses a sound harmonizing technique that generates audio frequencies to balance the emotional state of the user. It also provides some colors and musical tones to assist in creating the balance, and it includes 3-minute boosts for energetic auras and scanning different times of the day. So up at the top, this is where people can choose to run scans like in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or make a customized from, asking the body what it needs. So if you want to scan in the supplements that you use, essential oils, homeopathic remedies, which we have all of the homeopathic remedies in our library. So we'll never lose access to homeopathy or the ability to imprint remedies. That right there is worth its weight in gold. So even if we didn't have all the other amazing things that we had, that right there is worth its weight in gold. But we take a lot of supplements that we don't always need to take. We get into this routine of, well, I've got to take my C and my D and my zinc every day. And it's like, well, maybe some days you don't really need it. Have you asked your body if it needs it today? Because, things are always changing. So I really love this tool here, because I can scan in the morning and say, okay, what do I need today? This technology is so flipping intelligent and advanced, and it has been researched for decades. It's right on point when they do the research on all of this. Maybe you don't need all that today. Maybe you only need a couple of things today. Tomorrow you might need more, because everything's always changing. How was yesterday? Did you eat out of balance? Did you have a really stressful day? Did something bad happen? Did you have a lot of excitement? Every day is different and our bodies are responding differently. So you don't have the same needs every day. This can save you and other people a lot of time and needless money on supplements that you just don't need all the time. So I really love that feature. And then the energetic auras, I really love that we can do a clearing and a shielding. Anytime we run a scan, we should always do a clearing just to get rid of frequencies that aren't serving us. So we can clear those out and then we can shield our energy. But you can also do this when you're working with imprinting remedies, clearing and shielding. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. These 3-minute boosts are really, I blew these off for the first few months that I was using this. And then because there's so many features, it's hard to know everything that we have available here. But the supercharger, this one's helping me to break bad habits in the morning when I wake up, instead of thinking, I just really want to go back to sleep. Now I have more goals and I have to break bad habits to accomplish those goals. So I love this supercharger, because when the alarm goes off, I like to hit that supercharger and get my brain going instead of trying to go back to sleep. Focus is really great when I'm working on projects and I just really need to stay focused on what I'm doing. The relax and the grounding, I tend to use those a lot at night before sleeping to try to get my brain to wind down and be ready for a good night's sleep. And then that neuro aerobics is really fun also. If you're feeling a little slumped in the brain or maybe a little foggy and you need to get those wires going again, these are some really great little boosts. I mean, it's just so cool, all the tools that we've got right here. The Easy Scan is actually my favorite. It's the most convenient and the simplest way to perform the inner voice, the vital scan, and the comprehensive, and all of the associated optimizations. all in under 6 minutes. That's why it's my favorite, because I'm doing a lot of things and I want to knock out as many things at once. The optimization identifies frequencies out of range, and it generates canceling frequencies that help the organs and the body systems to achieve a state of homeostasis. So this feature right here alone, worth its weight in gold. If this is all we had, it would still be powerful, because not only are we scanning and asking the body questions and asking how everything's doing and where we're out of balance and what's out of balance, it also has the ability to send frequencies to cancel out the things that are creating some out of balance. That right there can help people on such a huge scale, completely non-invasive. It doesn't take much effort. It's just automatically done. Powerful feature. Now, the inner voice is usually what people start out talking about with AO Scan technology, because we're dealing with emotions here, and emotions drive everything. When you look at any chronic disease process, there's usually a big wad of emotions at the root of all of these processes. We have emotions and thoughts going on in the back of our subconscious mind all the time, many of which we're not even aware of, but they can also determine our responses and our actions and our behaviors and our performance. So when we can do a little voice clip in the morning or any time of the day, I just have a lot of people on programs that have to send them in the mornings, but a lot of people, they're doing this several times a day, and you just send a little voice clip. The voice cannot lie. And it finds the top 3 out of balance frequencies and the bottom lowest, meaning the least energy. And it can send back the balancing harmonics that you can listen to throughout the day to help bring emotions into balance. As emotions come into balance, physiology starts shifting. And because you see, like, example on this one right here, you've got top 3 frequencies out would be G sharp, G, and A sharp, and then the supportive frequencies D, C sharp, and E. So if you and I both ran a scan and we both had the same things come up, which could happen, but not typical, it wouldn't mean that we would have the same frequencies coming back at us, because behind each one of those notes, it's the same notes on the scale, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and the sharps, and the corresponding colors. If you look at the rainbow, all those colors are there and they all have their own frequency. So they're matched up with the notes of the scale, but behind each one of those single notes are 8 to 10,000 frequencies. So if you and I both have D out of balance, the frequencies are going to be completely different out of 8 to 10,000 that we're pulling from. So after you run this, and it only takes a few seconds to run, it's very quick, then you can listen to the balancing harmonics that are helping to bring your emotions back into balance. We also have some light wave colored glasses that you can wear as well. Color therapy has been around for hundreds of years. It's very effective. And we do find people have a little more optimal results when they have the colored lenses while they're listening to the tones. Now, another thing is too, it's not really binaural beats, but it's kind of like that in the fact that your ears are hearing music, but your brain is hearing messages that the ears can't hear. So it's incredibly powerful. Again, if this was the only thing that we had with the scanner, it would be worth its weight in gold. And then we have the vitals. So the vitals is a snapshot, and it's actually not 550 anymore. This is an outdated, well, it's from last year, but since that time, we've added 300 and some new frequencies. I know our new food sensitivities list is at least up to 308 now, and it's continuing to be expanded. So we're going to say a little less than 1,000 here in relationship to the frequencies being produced by your blood, your organs, your glands, and all of the body systems. So this is including the blood, your chakras or your energy centers, the GI system, your meridians, nutrition, physical functionality, and toxicity. So this is just really simple and basic, but we literally can see everything that's going on. It's incredible information. And just to note, the Easy Scan, because it includes the vitals and the inner voice, And then we're going to talk a little bit about the comprehensive. This is a scan that I love to give people for free so that they can see what our technology does. A lot of people will charge for a scan, but this scan I love to give for free. I think it's excellent. It's an excellent gift so that people can see how incredible this technology is and how simple it is to use and how affordable it is that they can have it in their own home and use this every day, not just for themselves, but for their families too. The body systems, oh, back to the vitals. I just want to say again, if this was all we had, again, it would be worth its weight in gold. The body systems is probably the one I use the least. And that's just because I'm not really a body worker. And there's so many other features. It's hard to use everything. But I know people who work with the physical body really love this this set of scans. I use it once in a while, but this one is a really cool feature too, because it performs a thorough scan and optimization of hundreds of blueprint frequencies associated with all 13 body systems. That's the circulatory, the urinary, the connective tissue, the digestive, the endocrine, lymphatic, musculoskeletal, nervous, respiratory, sensory nervous, integumentary, chromosomes even. Oh yes. And the human cell or the mitochondria in your cells. I mean, when you look at the pictures and you can see down to the chromosomes and where the DNA markers, which DNA markers are off in which chromosome, and the mitochondria, what's going on in there. That is powerful information. Again, if we only had the body system scan, it would be worth its weight in gold. And then we have the comprehensive, and this is just a phenomenal report. It performs detailed scan of frequencies of over 130 organs, cells, bones, and chromosomes, including your veins, the skeletal system, your nerves, connective tissues, body parts, and arteries. And there are graphical reports displaying the variances ranging from 1 to 9. And that's, you'll get into learning more about that later, where 5 is homeostasis. Anything under 5 tends to be less energy to completely depleted. Anything over that, too much energy to way too much energy. But you actually see little detailed pictures. Maybe it's in an organ or a cross section of the heart and a point right to where there's an imbalance there and what it is, how far it's out of range. It's just incredible technology. And if that was all we had, it would be worth its weight in gold. But then we have Cepheid. As soon as I think that things can't get any better, they do, and they continue to. Cepheid is amazing. These are, well, it's such an incredible piece here. I can never remember the words that go with the letters, but it's designed to capture and amplify and imprint subtle energy frequencies. And you can either broadcast these frequencies anywhere in the world, in your own home, right there for yourself, or you can imprint anything you want. And our library continues to grow. Like I said earlier, we have the complete library of homeopathic remedies of the Materia Medica. I think we are shy just a few remedies. Lauren actually purchased all of the homeopathic remedies and was only shy a few that he's not found yet. And they are all scanned into our scanners. So no matter what happens in the world, we will never lose access to being able to imprint homeopathics. Again, if that's all we had, it would be worth its weight in gold. That's a gold mine. But we also have the Bach flowers. We have a huge list of quantum reach frequencies, quantum frequencies, quantum affirmations, all of the energy centers, some people refer to as chakras, and then the energy homeoenergetic categories, which are a lot of detox and support categories. So literally hundreds and hundreds of specified frequencies. You can use them singly, or you can actually build a custom playlist to up to 15 different frequencies. You can use these to broadcast to friends, families, patients, clients, animals, spaces, and objects. You can imprint objects. We have homeopathic pellets. You can imprint your water. We've got the rights to the Cybin material. I think it's in Turkey, and we have negative ion jewelry made with the Cybin and black tourmaline, just powerful stuff right there. But you can imprint literally anything. So if that's all we had right there, it would literally be worth its weight in gold. So this kind of sums up our brief overview of the AO Scan technology. I am going to stop screen sharing. If you have any questions, please make sure you reach out to the person that invited you here, because I know they are just as excited about this technology as I am, and they are more than happy to answer your questions. And does anyone have questions now? We have just a few minutes. Okay.
Great presentation, Dr. Day. And it is worth our weight in gold having this. I love it. Thank you.
You are very welcome. All right. If there's no other questions, I'm going to wrap it up so we can all get back to the other things that we need to be doing this evening. Thank you all so much for coming. And please offer feedback if there's anything else you'd like to see next time. I love comments. So love you all and appreciate you.
Good night.
Good night.